Hello, and welcome back to another magnificent episode of the First Issue Club, where just like Sue Storm, we love a good read. Man, comic books. In the grand scheme of things, aren't they all just stardust? I think they are, and therefore should be treated with respect and honored with our most highest reward, which is a seat at the kids' table for Thanksgiving. My name is Greg, and with me is Andy Vargas.
Hey, Greg, how are you today?
I'm doing well, despite, if you're watching the video, looks like I've been bit by a bear. I had a little bit of a stress pimple situation above and below my eye, and it looks like I done got bit.
I'm sorry, buddy. You know what's the worst part about that kind of stuff is it's spawned from stress and causes stress.
Yeah.
You know?
This was my first time popping them, and I think that's why they're so angry, pissed off on my face right now.
Yeah.
I've always been the kind of guy that's just like, let it be. Don't touch them. But this time they were just so painful. I was like, I gotta pop these sons bitches.
Yeah.
And I may have done it wrong. This looks like I've opened up a volcano on my forehead.
Well, you'll feel better after a night's sleep and a hot shower.
You know what's gonna make me feel better? The sweet, delectable taste of Boulevard Space Camper IPA. Yum yum, give me some down in my tum-tum. Space Camper IPA. It's not a beer. It's a journey. And that journey requires you to be 21 and over and to enjoy the different varietals, the different flavor palettes of the Space Camper line, whether you're enjoying the non-alcoholic, like I am right now, or the traditional Space Camper IPA, like Andy is, in his mind palace. Space Camper IPA. There is a flavor out there for you. I guarantee it. I don't guarantee a lot. Even during my wedding vows, I had a disclaimer that says, not 100% accurate. But here on the show, I will say 100% guarantee you will find a delicious flavor of Space Camper IPA that you will call your brand.
And when you find it, let us know what it is on our Discord. Join us there, where we talk about comics and make fun of people. And what else do we do? Play D&D.
We play D&D. We've done cover challenges. Right now, we're in the midst of another. What's that thing with the faces on the mountain? Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore, yeah. 10K's talking about existing existing IP comic books.
This man's got Space Camper on the brain.
Got Space Camper on the brain.
Yeah, so we do a ton of stuff over there. We've always talked, like, we love doing this show. Don't get us wrong. But our proudest thing we've ever created is that fucking Discord. It is the most fruitful thing on the vine that we have going right now. So go check that out. It's a ton of fun. While you're there, go check out the Patreon that we have. Patreon.com/First Issue Club. We got a ton of episodes on there. Me and Andy just recorded an episode for our sideshow where we go into the Dynamite Comics James Bond universe that they created, arc by arc. And we just did Alice Scott's James Bond the Body, which is a deep introspective on who James Bond is as a person and what kind of fuels him as an agent.
I think we also made the executive decision without Mike D to drop some of our other shows into our Patreon that we've done in the past. So lots of stuff there to check out. But
yeah,
all the housekeeping out of the way, we got to talk comic news before we get to first issues, right?
Comic news for sure. This one is a little personal to the First Issue Club. We have a great friend and a great podcaster in the comic book world by the name of Chris Hacker. He is a longtime friend of ours. He's co-hosting with his best friend, Aaron, the Oblivion Bar podcast. It's currently on pause while Chris goes through chemotherapy to battle the cancer that he is absolutely whooping right now, I might add. So shout out to Chris real quick because Christian Ward, we are huge friends of Christian Ward and all the comics he made. We just talked about his Event Horizon book.
Yeah.
And so we talk about Christian Ward a ton. Christian Ward set up a GoFundMe for our buddy Chris to get to SDCC this year. Chris has gone to SDCC almost every year that he could. He works with a company that hosts like Whatnots and helps creators like run their booths and stuff. Just a genuinely good human to have at San Diego Comic-Con, just to like be the face to like talk to people and like get people excited about comic books. And unfortunately,
you think we like comics. No.
We're not shit compared to Mr. Hacker. And quite frankly, we're not as handsome.
I mean,
and we know
yeah, that's true.
If you pushed us together, maybe we would make a Chris Hacker. You smush Andy and Greg together, you get a Chris Hacker.
Yeah. Well, you would have to create like one really handsome guy and then one extra ugly guy. You know what I mean? Like all the good parts of us into a guy, but then all the bad parts of us into another guy.
It's genuinely kind of fucking annoying how handsome he is and how knowledgeable he is of just cool shit in comic books.
Yeah.
And I'm very thankful that he's our friend, because that means he's not pushing us into lockers and giving us wedgies.
Very true.
So,
yeah.
keep those people close.
But you said Christian started a GoFundMe, right, to get Chris to SDCC?
Yeah, so because of the chemotherapy and the treatments he's been going through, obviously Chris has been having to take a lot of time off of work and, spending his money on medical bills. And so he wasn't going to be able to make it this year to help out at Comic-Con and to help run things. And Christian said, that's not fucking happening. And we got this thing going, and it's up to almost $8,000 to get him to San Diego Comic-Con and to help him with some of his medical bills. If you want to donate, it's still up right now. If you want to donate, I'm going to put the link in our show notes for this show. I'm not going to tell you to do it. I'm gonna just command you to do it. I want you to go there. If it's from $1 to $1 million, you choose.
Yeah.
But Chris is genuinely one of the greatest guys that I know, and in the comic book podcasting world. That's a rare find within our community. The comic book landscape, us aside, and Chris, of course, and a few handful of people, is kind of cruddy. But there's a good voice in Chris that is like needs to be broadcasted larger. So we got to do this for the good of the community and for the good of Chris. All right. So look at our show notes. We'll leave the link there. Chris, if you're listening to this, and I know you are, because every Friday you text me and you go, God damn it, you guys are hilarious. We love you very much. And we hope that this GoFundMe reaches $20,000 and you buy us a chocolate Cadbury egg.
Just one for the three of us to split.
We got to share it. I don't want to get chunky. You know me and Cadbury eggs. I can't control myself.
It's true.
Them and Ferrero Rochers, man, I am a beast.
What other news? Oh, not to bring it down again, but
this is a real roller coaster of an opening.
It's it's tough to talk about hard stuff, but you have to do it. R.I.P. Jerry Conway, the man, the myth, the legend. He's one of those. I was gonna say few creators, but there's a bunch of them out there. A bunch of those old head creators that just maintain being like not only legendary creators of characters and stories that we love that have made this medium what it is today, but also like a genuinely good dude just to like have in the world. Jerry, I think famously was against the co-opting of the Punisher logo by cops, because that's not what Punisher stood for.
I think he wrote like an op-ed piece that just like ripped them to shreds, and you're like, God, this dude rules.
Yeah, he made a bunch of like Punisher Black Lives Matter t-shirts with the skull and all kinds of stuff. So just a genuinely good dude to have on the side of like people that care about people. And it's a bummer that he's gone too soon. Not that he like didn't live a full life, but wish he would have lived to 170, So R.I.P. Jerry. Hope your family is, dealing with it as best you can, and go out there and read a Spider-Man comic in memory of Jerry Conway.
And Jerry Conway is responsible for just a plethora of characters and shaping them, designing what they looked like, and just some iconic comic book history within that human. And it's like you said, Andy, it's like, it doesn't matter how long you live, even if you live a long, full life. When you get news that they're gone, you're just like, God damn it. Like, you never really fully appreciate the great thing in your life until you can't tell it you appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Go call your mom, tell her you love her, pet your cat, hug your dog, high five your dad.
Go donate to Chris Hacker's GoFundMe.
All that stuff. Do all the good things.
Andy, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this weekend, Free Comic Book Day.
Free Comic Book Day, baby!
It's our Christmas.
Yeah, if Comic-Con is our Super Bowl, then Free Comic Book Day is our Christmas.
Here's my ranking of holidays that take precedent in our household.
Sure.
New Comic Book Day.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Uh-huh.
The day after Christmas.
Sure. Boxing Day. It's the day after Christmas.
New Comic Book Day.
Again.
Not Free Comic Book Day. New Comic Book Day.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Happens once a week.
And then April 27th.
Wow. Oh, I didn't realize I didn't text you on your whatever fifth favorite holiday. I'm so sorry.
We all just really like April 27th as a day. It's just kind of a fun late spring time.
Yeah, sure. You just need like a light jacket. Mike D and I talked a little bit about Free Comic Book Day last week, but Greg, off the top of the dome, what are you looking forward to in terms of issues this week for Free Day?
I don't know what's going to be available. I just like taking my kids.
Oh, sure.
And like that's what I think in reality, that's what Free Comic Book Day is supposed to be.
Totally.
Get those filthy little comic books into those grubby little hands and get those kids hooked early.
Totally.
Get them obsessed.
Let them tear apart those books. Because if they love tearing apart the book, that means they loved a comic book.
Yeah, let them put it in their bike spokes. Let them cut them up and put them on their wall. Like get the obsession started. Not just with superheroes and stuff, but with fucking reading. Yeah. Just get these kids excited to read and to learn about storytelling and sequential storytelling, like how to tell a story in like pictures and all that. Like, it's so important. Literacy. It's so important. It's kind of like what the crux of this effing show is. Like, we just want you to read. Okay,
read a guys, book.
Reading's not like considered cool anymore, but we still need you to read. In the future, when water credits rule the world, we're gonna need you to be able to read. Okay,
that's so true. So true.
And it kind of bummed me out because like 2 or 3 years ago, like Free Comic Book Day almost got co-opted by like the secondary market, and it's just like, get the fuck away from here. This is the last pure thing that we have.
Well, I regret to inform you that Dungeon Crawler Carl issue 0 is coming out for free, and that's going to be the book to get.
That's fine. I already pre-ordered my number 1. That looks like the absolute Batman homage cover.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, I couldn't agree with you more, Greg. I think the point of Free Comic Book Day is to get out there and have some fun.
Mhm.
I'm sure your LCS is having a sale or two.
Yep. Elite
Good.
does this thing where if you bring some canned goods for harvesters, you get to take as many books as you want on the free comic book day table. And that's genius. That is so cool. Like, if you want some cool stuff, do a good thing. And then you can take all the cool stuff you want.
That's right.
Ugh. Nerds helping nerds, man. That's what we're here for.
It is. Go read a book and help somebody less fortunate than you.
Yeah. That's not hard. End of story.
End of story.
Also, I wanted to bring up Savage Dragon, number 279. Andy, have you heard about this?
I've not.
Is going to be filled with characters that have entered the public domain.
I'm so glad Mike D isn't here for this, because I mean, yeah, I will buy my first Savage Dragon issue.
The story is like so Savage Dragon has children now.
Sure.
Well, like, okay, so Savage Dragon's son has children.
Oh, and Savage Dragon is a grandpa.
Well, the original Savage Dragon is dead.
Oh no!
Like from the first, like
spoiler
we've talked about this before. This is not the Savage Dragon you're reading right now. Is not the one that your grandpappy used to read.
Yeah, it's Savage Dragon 2, Savage Revenge,
Electric Boogaloo. That's right. But it's like his kids doing like a story time, and like Popeye's there and Steamboat Willie, and like it's so smart. And Eric Larson is the only one that can like do it with a little panache, and a little bit of brevity. So I'm very excited for Savage Dragon number 279.
That's awesome. I love that. I'll be buying that issue. I'm glad you brought that up.
Oh man, you're welcome. And then do you have anything else?
Oh yeah. To set the record straight, we talked a little bit about this on our Discord that we talked about earlier, but the Clayface trailer came out, and if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. I'm very excited about it. It's a body horror movie, and I'm here for it. But originally, my understanding was that it wasn't connected to anything else that DC is making. It was sort of just going to be its own little thing, off in its own little world. Well, I have since had confirmed to me through the internet that this Clayface movie is taking place in the same universe ostensibly as Superman and Supergirl. It's the main DC thing. James Gunn confirmed on Twitter that the Clayface that we saw in Creature Commandos is this same Clayface that is getting his own body horror movie. So, interesting swing to take to make like the third movie in your big superhero franchise be a terrifying genre movie. But
dude, after that trailer, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, give it to me.
Yes, I am very much here for it. And I know you're not a spooky boy, Greg, but are you going to go see it?
Yeah, because I can take mainstream spooky. What I mean is like The Others, or like the first Paranormal Activity, or even the Blair Witch Project. Like, those are historically spooky movies, but they have to be not too spooky where they can't make a ton of money.
Sure.
Like, this has a tone that it needs to get across, and the DC knows that, but they also know they need to make a ton of money. They need to bring in mom and dad, kids, aunts and uncles. So they have to walk that line of like, oh yeah, this is like spooky, but like I'm not gonna be like, I don't have to sleep with the lights on.
Yeah, I mean, it is going to be a movie about a man who's melting, but
yeah, but so is The Substance.
Yeah, and The Substance was an amazing horror movie,
but it wasn't like repulsive. It was like it was a it could have gone further, right? It showed
Sure.
some restraint.
Sure. Would you like to watch some movies that go further?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
I won't even watch the trailer for a Serbian film.
Well, good. No one should watch anything related to a Serbian film. Jesus Christ. You jumped off the deep end there, Chief. There
Yeah.
are miles, just to be clear. There are miles of movies between The Substance and a Serbian film.
Not in this noodle.
I'm kind of
not in this brain.
I'm kind of disappointed that since this is the main episode, no one go look up what a Serbian film is. Do not do it. It will ruin your entire life.
It is gross.
It's the worst.
I read the synopsis on what's that website called?
Wiki?
It may have been a wiki, or it may have been the
IMDb.
And like I was like getting sick just reading like the explanation of it. I was like, why the fuck was like. And I honestly think that we're going off a tangent now. I honestly think people back this film up just to seem like horror auteurs, and it's like, you kind of suck buns.
Yeah, it's a movie that like I'm glad exists as like a concept, but I'm horrified that it exists as a movie that I can buy a DVD of.
Right, like a nuclear bomb. You know.
Yeah.
Like it's cool that we were able to make it, but God, fuck, should we have?
That is the absolute best way to think about that movie. And I want to stop talking about it right now. So can we talk about comic books?
Yes, let's get right into comic books. Can I discuss a book? I couldn't make last week's episode, which I'm still bummed about. But I want to talk about Corpse Night and why I think it was last week's book of the week.
Yeah, totally.
It just walked the line perfectly of like comic book blockbuster feel for me. Like we are right at the time now where we are getting like our summer comics of like what are we going to be reading and talking about over the summer. And I think Corpse Night is going to be one of those books because it is very much like Game of Thrones meets Walking Dead meets like D&D fantasy necromancy weirdness, and the art is just perfectly paired with that sentiment. And I don't know if it's flying under a lot of people's radars, but I don't see enough people talking about Corpse Night.
Yeah, I think that was our general consensus last week, that it was exactly the amount of like comic book goodness with action horror. Like it hit just exactly the sweet spot. Like in all areas. Yeah, I'm super excited about it too, and I'm really glad you read it.
And it's only like 4 issues. I think it's a mini.
Really? I was hoping that it was going to be an ongoing.
It might be an ongoing. I only see 4 out here right now.
Okay, well,
it might be. I hope it's ongoing because 4 does not seem like enough.
No, I honestly I want them to like get flung through time, and they have to meet up with other.
Wait, which direction?
Doesn't matter. I one and then the other. You know what I'm saying? Go backwards.
Corpse
and then
Night
forward.
BC.
Do a crossover with Cyberpunk 2077. You know, that's all I'm asking for.
Oh, okay. Here we go. And
Corpse
then
Night 2077.
No, Corpse Night 2099.
Yeah, dude, I'm here for it.
And then I also read In Your Skin, or what was the
In Your Skin, the Bollywood.
In Your Skin.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I really did. It needed to be another issue longer.
Yeah.
And it was pretty thick to begin with, but I felt there was a lot of time wasted on exposition that wasn't necessary to the story to like get us to the end of the book. Whereas like, okay, like I honestly don't know where we're going. And it makes me mad because, like, with the first issue, the hook has got to be really good, like really good. And this hook was pretty captivating, but it's like I'm still I'm just like lost. Like it does seem like kind of this weird Cronenberg, Bollywood obsession, compulsion kind of storyline, but I don't know if it's witchcraft. I don't know if it's aliens. I don't know what. And it's like, for me as a reader, I'm just like, am I gonna risk it on an issue 2 just to find out, or wait for the trade? And like, I don't know. I wish it was just like a little bit longer to kind of like let me sink my teeth in just a little longer.
Yeah, I think that was Mike D and I's general consensus as well, as it hit a lot of really good chords, and it's a really compelling story. I think it reminded both of us a lot of like Perfect Blue. There's a lot of like cool anime stuff that they do in there, a lot of like good Cronenberg stuff. But yeah, I think that this is going to be another one that's like an amazing trade. But you know, as a first issue, it's like you kind of it's a very inside baseball comic,
right?
Like,
speaking of inside baseball comic, did you see that there was some image creators drawn into the panels
of what in
that
your
book?
skin? No,
like James Tynions, like in the background, and I'll make a picture of it and put it on the Discord.
That's amazing. Like, no, I didn't see it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's awesome.
I saw that. I was like, that's fucking James Tynnion. What the hell?
That's incredible.
Okay.
I love that.
All right. But I'm glad I'm not alone of just like, it was cool because like, I loved how it took the obsession storyline to like just a crazy degree.
Yeah.
Like I love that commitment to the story of just like, we are going there. We're going to go all the way there. I think it could have been constructed just a little bit better, or just not even better, just like give me more meat on this bone for the first issue, and then I would have been sold.
Yeah, I almost, I mean, I was sold with the concept from the get-go, so I almost didn't need the issue to end with like the body switch to happen.
Yeah,
like I would have been fine with her, like the issue ending with her like winning the thing, if we had gotten more, you know, like go deeper. I want to see how crazy this girl is. Like, what is her obsession? Like, show me that. But
so,
I'm committed to it.
I am going to pick up issue 2.
yeah, I'm totally committed to it as well. Like,
I'm an easy mark, but it's like, come on.
We're kind of nitpicking at this point.
And that's what you have to do with things that are so brilliant. Like, you're just like, listen,
super true.
You have the A, all right? You have an A. But now I have to figure out if it's an A or an A+.
Yeah, exactly. Do we want to start with Red Roots? We both read that, right?
I do.
Okay.
Because when the microphones were off, people don't realize this. We have conversations when there aren't microphones on. Not everything is content for us. We do lead pretty normal lives. I mentioned before we turned anything on, I was like, man, I really liked Red Roots. And you went, yeah. And I was like, what the? Did we read 2 different Red Roots? Because what I read by Lorenzo De Felici, the man who did Chroma, one of my all-time favorite books, was an absolute deranged roller coaster ride. You have John Wick meets Idle Hands meets Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, but also half the story is a girl getting scared in her apartment.
But why is she getting scared in her apartment?
She finds a head in her closet.
She's finding heads, folks. Andy's throwing this away like you're finding dust bunnies under your bed. She's finding heads.
Okay. My
air your grievances now.
My gripe with the book is that I didn't see any direct connection between the two stories that were being told.
Right.
We had the story of this John Wick guy who's like busting in this drug ring like bunker looking for the guy who killed a girl.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know who the girl is. Presumably someone precious to him. And then at the end of the issue, he dies, but his body is like sucked into the ground
by Red Roots.
And then separately, we have the story of this girl who finds this head in her closet. And then the cops come and investigate, and she's spooked out. And she comes back, and the head is still there, and it starts talking to her. And then she calls her mom, who has schizophrenia. So she thinks she's having a schizophrenic episode.
Yep.
And then there's a whole bunch of heads in her apartment. And then at the end, a big troll monster kicks her door in and says, "You have something that belongs to me."
Yeah. Do you have, Ian, you have an issue with that?
I don't. Like, I'm intrigued by the story. The art was great. It's all good. But like, I didn't see any connective tissue between the two stories, and that bothered me.
The connection between these are the mother from the daughter probably worked with the agents who we see going John Wick in this drug building and gets sucked in through these red roots into what I'm assuming is another world.
A fantasy world.
Maybe a fantasy world. There is an ogre with a giant club.
Yeah, right.
That is pretty fantasy coded. So I'm assuming that's all connected. And these criminals are making money somehow off of something from that fantasy world, or there's been some kind of deal made between the worlds to profit and whatever.
Yeah, but again, this is all conjecture. Right?
It's all conjecture. But there's a lot of context clues throughout.
Sure.
And I think it's
look, I'm not complaining about it because I know what's the purpose of issue 1? Purpose of issue 1 is to get me to buy issue 2. And yes. I'm intrigued enough by Red Roots to buy issue 2. But again, my gripe is that I got so many questions and no answers. It did not feel satisfying.
I agree that it's kind of the same thing I had with In Your Skin. We have a lot of questions, but my main difference was we had a better hook at the end of Red Roots of just like, oh, if a giant ogre shows up at the club, you know something along a fantasy-coded story is going to happen.
Sure.
I can kind of predict the beats or the tone going forward. There will be some connection between this, professional killer and possibly the mom and this ogre, right? Like, I'm comfortable with this realm. I can hang on for 1 or 2 issues just to make sure. Now, seeing as I've already read Chroma, the book previous to this, I'm already in hook, line, and sinker for anything that Lorenzo does because Chroma was incredible. It was stunning and captivating. And if you want to hear about that, go check out my Chroma episode. And so that's where I'm like, maybe giving more benefit of the doubt for this book because I'm just like, he's already earned my trust.
Yeah, sure.
And with a first issue as solid as this, it's just like, okay, like he's about to kick the doors off with this like fantasy world realm thing about to happen.
Yeah, and I don't want to sound like this was a bad comic book or anything, but
oh no, yeah.
I feel like it would be disingenuous to be like, this is a great book and I had no problems with it, because there are going to be people out there that read this book and they're like, what the hell? This didn't do anything. It didn't like,
right.
It's truly like the first VHS of 5 where you don't get any answers. There's no act break. There's like nothing, right? It's all set up.
Right. Yeah. Oh my God, there was a movie that did that where you're like, what the fuck? And then like there's like 3 other movies behind it. You're like, oh my God. Yes, of course we needed that first movie that just did nothing to set the ground floor.
The Hobbit.
I can't think of it. Yeah, we'll say Gremlins.
Oh yeah, classic.
The classic bait and switch. But I mean, I loved it. It's my book of the week just because I know the chops and the storytelling that Lorenzo has, and like I'm ready for it.
Totally fair. And I would not disparage this book. It was a good comic. It's a fun read. I'm sold for issue 2. I wanted some answers. And maybe, to your point, maybe I want them too fast. Maybe I gotta go along the ride.
You gotta have some anticipation, you know what I mean? Like you gotta have that little back and forth.
Patient.
Sometimes you gotta flirt before you get married.
True. What else did you read?
That's it. I read all of The Body for our James Bond episode. Yeah, I read Red Roots, and then I reread Corpse Night.
Well, I read Zatanna out on DC Comics as part of the Next Level. And I didn't know what to expect. I've never read a Zatanna book before other than Mariko Tamaki's Bringing Down the House, that Black Label book. Which was incredible.
Excuse me.
But this book sort of sets Zatanna up as DC's Doctor Strange. She has decided that she wants to be the, whatever she calls it, magus, primary magus, where she's like the
what a name,
the protector. She's the steward. She's the, something goes down in the magical realm, she's the one that sets it right or answers to it, right? But what's cool is, as she's doing this little investigation of hers, we find out that she is being stalked by what originally we think is like an assassin team, but turns out to be like a government department of magical affairs in the DC universe. So they are keeping tabs on her, but also acknowledging that she's like queen bitch of magic, and they can't really do anything to stop her. But they let her know that the US government has like a vested interest in ensuring that magic is sort of contained and doesn't go off the rails, because then you're talking about having magic stuff show up in the middle of New York, and nobody wants that. So what I think this book is going to end up being is like sort of like classic 70s Doctor Strange books, where he's like hopping between realms, like interacting with like, oh, it's an elf, and the elf has some sort of magic problem and I have to solve it. But also the Avengers call me every couple of issues to help fight whoever, Roxxon. But it's going to be set in the DC universe. So this is also one of those books. I think it's Jamal Campbell is the creator. It's a single guy. Just he's writing. They're
incredible.
They're doing art. I think even the colors. So this, I'm always interested to see, especially a big 2 book that's like a single guy's vision of what this character is. So I was totally sold by Zatanna, and I'm super interested to see where it goes. Really hoping that it ends up tying in with some of the other Next Level books, because there's a lot of potential for this book specifically to have some really interesting like impacts in I mean, if Zatanna crosses over with the Batgirl book or the Batwoman book that's currently running, like, I have no idea what that crossover is, but it's exciting to think about, just given how different the two books are.
I connected with what you said about how it's interesting when like for Marvel DC, they give the reins to just one person for art and story. Like that is a big undertaking and a lot of responsibility put on you of just like, okay, here you go. Like good luck. And you don't really see that often. Like the last person I can remember doing that was Daniel Warren Johnson with Wonder Woman Dead Earth.
Yeah.
And it was that was a smash hit.
Yeah, totally. Every once in a while you get stuff like that. Like Joelle Jones did that Catwoman run where she was doing the whole thing. You have the classics like Steranko doing
was
Nick
it Shield?
Fury, Agent of Shield. Like, it's always fascinating to me to get a single person's vision because comic books are such a collaborative medium to begin with. Like, art impacts story and story impacts art so deeply. So to get like a single guy thinking about what this character is just fascinating.
Yeah, totally.
But I'll tell you, if the first page of this book doesn't sell you, nothing will, because it's this amazing. I don't even know what the word is. It's not like a spread, but it's kind of a spread. Where like the paneling is built into what the image is, and it's this interdimensional stage that I think Zatanna is using as her like base of operations. And the I guess I should say the setup of the book is that she, as a magician, is going on a tour of like the magical realms and helping people, but she's also like literally touring it as a performing magician. So
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so this stage that she has is like flying through the cosmos while she explains what this concept of like head queen magician is, and it's just it's an incredible page, followed by equally incredible art. So super exciting stuff. I always love when you get these like magical or like sort of offbeat characters get their own solo stories that let them sort of do whatever the hell they want to do. Couldn't be more excited about Zatanna.
Couldn't be more jazzed, folks.
True. Truly. And that's all I read. Just the two this week.
All right. Well, we knew it was going to be a bit of a shorty because we're down a shorty. But next week, rest in paradise because you're on vacation.
That's
in
right.
The beautiful town of San Diego. May your sunrises be beautiful and your mozzarella sticks be warm. We are Greg and Andy. Hopefully you had a good time with us today. Remember, the link to Chris Hacker's GoFundMe will be in the show notes. Go give to a great person in the comic book community so that they can continue to be a worthy steward and a great voice that we so desperately need these days. Go visit our Discord. Go visit our Patreon. Go to Free Comic Book Day and just be nice and just enjoy the time.
Call your parents and tell them you love them.
Yeah, totally. All right. Bye, everybody.